Hello, hello, hello. This is Adrian Igo, Capricorntigress of Astrology, a look inside. And I just thought I would come and make a quick video before calling it a day for December 18th of 2018. And I just wanted to look over the planets today and just see what's coming. I haven't started on my January readings yet, but I definitely know I have to. And for some reason, I've been putting them off. And it's like, what is going on inside of me that I have this resistance into looking into January? And as a Capricorn with Capricorn rising and Saturn on Capricorn right now and transiting on my sun, I'm wondering if there's some type of like hesitation or fear that that I've got right now because of where the planets are. So I'm going to go over where the planets are right now and just kind of discuss some of what's happening, at least for myself, and how it could possibly affect others, especially if they're going through the similar energy or experience that I'm having, because I'm really having a weird experience. And I've noticed some other caps are going through similar experiences. And so I've been spending a great deal of time talking about personal stuff this month and things that deal with caps. And I guess this is to be expected because really, this entire month, or especially up until the 21st, everything has been in our solar 12th house cap. So we've been doing a lot of deep inner reflection, a lot of deep spiritual work, a lot of inner spiritual awakening. I can honestly say spiritually, I do not feel the same as I did a month or two ago. I'm totally not that same person. Again, I wanted to pick up my lucky amethyst because I feel like it heals me every time I put my hands on it. It's amazing. So let's start with where the sun is. It is December 18th, 2018. And as of today, the sun is at 27 degrees of Sagittarius, 27 degrees and 16 seconds, in fact, of Sagittarius. And I don't know exactly where 27 degrees of Sag falls in your chart, but let's take a look at what 27 degrees of Sag means. First of all, as far as numerology is concerned, 27 degrees is a very fateful number for Sagittarius. And why is that? That's because 9 is the ruling number of Sagittarius. And 27, 2 and 7 equal 9. In other words, the 18th was definitely a Sagittarius day at 27 degrees of Sagittarius. And so what I'm doing, as you see my eyes diverting over here, is I'm getting my degree book because I love studying the degrees and seeing how they actually play a part. And for some reason, I'm coughing. Just felt like I had a lot of phlegm. I wonder if I'm not supposed to tell this message. Anyway, this says 27 degrees Sagittarius. This degree may show early promise, but natives of this degree meet with severe difficulties later on, often because of jealousy. So jealousy might have had something to do with December 18th. There is often an inability to meet with these onslaughts when they come. The abilities usually tend to the arts, including writing, perhaps poetry. The qualities here are not of the harsh, aggressive variety, which also might allow him to properly defend himself. Even the writing ability does not contribute anything of harsh or caustic defense. He may be a genius if left alone, which this degree does not allow. The ability to defend oneself one way or another must come from someplace other in the chart. It's not a lot of chance of avoiding much conflict with this influence. So other areas of the chart might be helpful in protecting in some way. This is social, and being is social, and needs the stimulation of interaction with others. It was a very social day. His inspiration for what he does also comes from others. If he is not otherwise protected, he risks an early death, possibly just from giving up the struggle of attack from others. My goodness, I don't know if any one of you out there has 27 degrees of Sagittarius prominent in your chart, or 27 degrees of Sagittarius, wait a minute, as your sun sign, moon sign, Venus. I just need to check something really quick. Is that 27? I was thinking something just a moment, just something clicked in me. 27 degrees Sagittarius. And I just need to check on something really quickly. Sorry, I'm sorry, I digress. I'm so ashamed of my digress here, but I have to do this. Okay. Let's see here. Just checking someone's chart. And I just thought, is that 27 degrees? Oh, it's 24 degrees. Okay. Oh, that's good to know. Okay. Okay, that's much better. I just needed to make sure it wasn't 27 degrees. Okay. All right, 27 degrees of their Libras at 27 degrees. I knew there was 27 degrees in their chart. Sorry about that. I thought my daughter had 27 degrees on her descendant. And if you heard what I just said about the jealousy and the opposition and the attack, well, my daughter's experienced this a lot, off and on throughout her life. That's because she's got 24 degrees, almost 25 degrees of Sagittarius on her descendant. But if it had been 27, of course, see, that person wouldn't have had the ability to continue the fight. So I just wanted to take a moment and check that, because whenever you think, wow, that could have been something. However, I do want to check something else for myself really quick. So sorry, I am digressing, but this is live, so I can do what I want. Let me just see. 20. Oh, no, mine is 23 degrees. That's good to know. Okay. Anyone out there with 27 degrees Sagittarius, I would love to hear if how this day affected you with it being at 27 degrees. And since it's at 27 degrees and 16 seconds right now, and at 10 o'clock p.m. PST, there's a great likelihood that tomorrow, the 28th, we're going to be dealing with 27 degrees of Sagittarius as well. So just be aware, if you're someone with that 27 degrees of Sagittarius, that it could be dangerous tomorrow. I would just be really cautious and know that could be some opposition or something going on right now. And that was just really a strange, something led me to read that. And I'm glad I did. The crazy thing is right now, Uranus is transiting Aries at 28 degrees and it's retrograding. In other words, they're converging. Uranus is going toward that trine. And so it's, very today, Uranus is going to trine the sun. So it's really important that, within hours, I think, Uranus in Aries is going to trine that sun in Sagittarius at 27 degrees. That is my third house of communications and 12th house. And so probably I shouldn't be making this video right now, or something I'm saying in the video is something 12th housey. But you know what? I had an urge to do it, so I'm doing it. Next, the moon. Oh, wow. The moon is at 11 degrees of Taurus right now. And wow, it's exactly on my nadir. Like, really? I should be asleep right now. Why am I making this video? Anyway, the moon is opposing my midheaven exactly. And it could just mean that I look really funny looking right now because I'm, doing my little natural look. I don't know what's going on with that, but I wonder where that 11 degrees of Taurus falls in your chart. And it's fast moving. It's the moon. I'm not going to read the 11 degrees on that because it's moving pretty quickly. But if you have a lot of Taurus, you may be feeling this moon. Also, Scorpios are going to feel this moon at 11 degrees of Taurus right now. Mercury is at 6 degrees of Sag. Mercury's at Sag. That's in my 11th house. And I'm wondering where 6 degrees of Sag falls in your chart. Amazingly, it's direct, thank goodness, not retrograde any longer. And it is sextile my Mercury by 3 degrees. Venus is at 11 degrees of Scorpio. Ooh, I just saw it. The moon right now is opposed to Venus. Exactly. That's why I said I felt like I probably look funny looking right now. Got my little natural throw going. Makeup not really done. But, I still felt the urge to come make the video right now in the middle of the night. So the moon is at 11 degrees of Taurus and Venus is at 11 degrees of Scorpio. And where is that falling in my chart? That is exactly my nadir and my midheaven, exactly to the dime. And I wonder why I'm making a video at 10 p.m. I guess this has something to do with it. Wherever that 11 degrees is falling in your chart, as far as Scorpio Venus or 11 degrees of Taurus moon, it's going to be activated somehow today. So I know today is going to have something to do with like my family, work life, and my career. I do know that someone I care about a great deal is waiting for me to call and spend time with that person. And so my work of making this video kind of interfered with that moment. And so I am kind of rushing through this because I want to spend time talking with that person. And so that could be that career, private life thing happening. And so that makes sense. Mars is at 21 degrees of Pisces, and that is actually not making any major, well, it is sextile Pluto right now. Yeah, Mars is actually sextile Pluto in Capricorn exactly almost by about a degree or so. So that's actually great. Mars in Pisces, it always seems like a misnomer to me. Like, why is Mars in Pisces? But it's great for us Caps because it's, sextile that Pluto and many of our Cap suns. Now, the weird thing is that that Mars is moving closer. It's not going to catch up to the sun, so we're fine. I think that Mars is within 5 degrees or 6 degrees of that, like a square to the sun right now. And a lot of people wouldn't allow that, but that's square. I might allow that. It's very close to about a 5-degree square. It is a 5-degree square when I look at the seconds on the sun and the. Just know, that there could be a square between the sun in Sag and that Mars in Pisces. And for some reason, when I think of Mars and Pisces clashing with the sun in Sag, I'm thinking of like people's ideals and their dogma, their belief systems are clashing. Like, my cause is bigger than your cause, that type of thing. So be aware of that today, definitely, and tomorrow for sure. And yeah, that we got Jupiter at 9 degrees of Sag too. So that Jupiter is still technically conjunct that Mercury in Sag. I'm just thinking when Jupiter and Mercury and Sag are conjunct, and Saggies, anything can come out of your mouth. If you believe it and it's a cause or a philosophy you believe in, or it could be political, or it could be racial motivated. But you guys, you Saggies, be careful. I'm sure a lot can come out. And for us Caps, that's our 12th house. So our solar 12th house. So I hope whatever I'm saying, I'm not offending anyone now. Luckily for me, it's my solar 11th house. So, I feel fine with that. But just know that that's a lot of talk right there. A lot of communication. Saturn is at 9 degrees of Capricorn. And as I mentioned, it's almost 10 degrees of Capricorn, by the way. It's very close to 10 degrees. It's like 52, 53 seconds. 9 degrees Capricorn, which is right on my sun by like 4 degrees. Why? We all have to go through a Saturn experience. Saturn hits our sun every 28 years. None of us get away scot-free from having Saturn sitting on your sun. But it's not comfortable. Like I said, my husband left me, and I feel like I'm gaining weight, but I don't know. I guess I lost weight last time I went. But Saturn affects us. And I do feel like I'm getting older. I'm letting my gray hair come in. I'm going more natural, not wearing as much weaves or wigs or makeup. It changes us. I mean, Saturn is just so down to earth and real, and even to the point of it's too real. It's like, girl, put some makeup on, please. That type of thing. So I have to watch how Saturn is going to play out in my life. But I tell you what, I will do a treat, since Saturn is a long, that's a long influence. It's a very deep influence. I'm going to read 9 and 10 degrees of Saturn really quick, just to make sure you got that. Oh, good. Jupiter's South Node is on this. Jupiter's South Node is located at 9 degrees Capricorn here at at least it was when this book was made. And Jupiter's basic nature is made a little more clear by watching the action here. It would seem that only the more philosophical attributes of Jupiter meet with the approval in this degree. Only those who are serious in their pursuit of wisdom gain by this influence. And then sometimes only after death are their accomplishments made known. Any attempt to turn this influence into material gain seems to end in disaster. Much patience and humility must be cultivated here. So I'm glad we're getting out of this. I mean, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying, ooh. Okay, now we're coming up upon 10 degrees, right? So let's look at that. There's much potential for wisdom. Now, isn't that funny? The last one said that you should pursue the wisdom. This one says the potential for wisdom is actually here. That's 10 degrees. So that's what we're coming upon. There's much potential for wisdom in this degree. The native is often sensitive to clues others may overlook in discerning the direction of events are taking. Clues. Is more inclined to be philosophical and theoretical than specific. Often not able to do well in ordinary routine work. Needs a challenging job where he can develop the native skills which occupy his interests. The skills inherent here could contribute to detective or secret service work. A patient observer often remains silent about his inner deductions. There is often an altruistic streak here also, and he may work with the underprivileged or contribute in some way to raise their position. If he makes good use of the qualities here, he should find himself in a position of trust and authority. Because of his sensitive nature and an awareness of evil around him, he may also become embittered and depressed. He is not always able to overcome a deprived environment. This must be shown by other factors in the chart. However, he can be severely limited if he is unable to find support for what he innately knows. This is very interesting to see this Capricorn at 10 degrees coming upon us. So this is going to be the emphasis probably for the next few weeks or month or so. It's really important that you maybe understand what that 10 degrees of Capricorn means. So, wow. By the way, when it gets to 11 degrees, it's on and popping at 11 degrees. So I'm happy about that. So anyway, moving on. I had mentioned that Uranus was in 28 degrees, and it is retrograde right now. And so I'm not going to go back into that because we already know what that means with Uranus in Aries retrograding. Oh my goodness. I don't know how this is affecting your life, but it's been affecting quite a number of people in a variety of ways. It's falling in my third house of communication. And so, here I am making midnight videos. So that makes a lot of sense. We've got Neptune at 13 degrees. It is now directed. It's no longer retrograde. That's a wonderful thing. That means Neptune is on my midheaven and is about to conjunct its own home. I'm having a Neptune return. How wonderful. Oh, no. Excuse me. Scared me. It's trining my midheaven. But wait, Neptune is sitting on my Jupiter in my second house and trining my Neptune, my natal Neptune and my natal midheaven. So where is 13 degrees of Neptune falling in your chart? And because we're here, I'm going to look up what 13 degrees of Pisces is, because it's Pisces and it's making aspects in my chart. And I want to find out what it is. Okay, okay. Let's see. Oh, this is interesting. Okay, so wherever 13 degrees of Pisces is falling in your chart, okay? I just realized I don't even, well, that's fine. It's too late. I hope you guys can see me. I don't even have the light on. In contrast to the light, okay. The native revolves around a point outside of himself and seems to need another person in order to orient himself to. A mirror to reflect his own image. The influence is cloudy and deceptive. Wow, Neptune is that. And many of these natives are not to be trusted. His lack of ability to act independently may force him to rely on unreliable people, which may be the source of his deception. However, it would be well to be very clear and specific around this individual for his benefit as well as yours. If those around him present present clear pictures to which he's able to relate, he may be more able or more reliable than he would otherwise be capable of on his own. He's very capable of relating any distortions which he finds around him. There is even some questions as to his motivations. I think we all need to be a little careful when Neptune is at 13 degrees of Pisces, don't you? That seems a little bit not right. By the way, 14 degrees is fortunate, so we just need to get through 13 degrees. Not good. Good thing we're at 13 degrees and 51 seconds. That means we're very, very close to getting to 14 degrees. So close, in fact, I will tell you what that says for 14 degrees, because that's going to be hitting us probably in the next day or so. 14 degrees of Pisces is rather fortunate and requires considerable effort to bring out the best of the influence here. The natives have a rather typical mild Piscean nature with a luck subject to running short. He seems to have the ability to put things in simple terms and simplify more complicated concepts. He seeks a basic natural approach, which is perhaps his major claim to greatness, a natural approach. He is willing to work hard to accomplish difficult tasks. There is a measure of luck which will be dependent upon his ability to follow through. The authorities show a variety of ways this could manifest. It would certainly be heavily influenced by the rest of the chart. Okay, so basically it's just one of those aspects, I think, or that degree. It's a fortunate degree. Okay, but yeah. And you're willing to work hard. It's actually going to be good once it gets to 14 degrees. We just have to be a little bit more careful with the 13 degrees because it's a deceptive degree. And that's what I was trying to point out when I read it, that deception's all around us right now. Pluto is at 20 degrees of Capricorn, and I will look up that. I'm so nosy when it comes to degrees. I don't know why. I haven't even looked up the Sabian symbols. I'm just looking up the degrees. This is a rather limited expression. It usually indicates small pay for the effort one puts forth. So that just means right now when Pluto's at 20 degrees, I do feel that like I'm not getting the money I really know that I could. They are closed in and restricted as to opportunities. This is probably the greatest factor in their lack of success. Some of them are congenial and show some theatrical ability. Usually there's a flexibility of the body, which could contribute to dancing if supported elsewhere. I laugh because it's inside my first house and I have Dance and Slim Down, my website. They are quite adaptable, and their desire for approval may also be a factor which hampers their development. There's a streak of vanity, even though they are shy and retiring. So if you've got your natural sun at 20 degrees of Capricorn, that definitely is something that they say pertains to you. But, right now, Pluto is at 20 degrees of Capricorn. So this is something that's really an influence that's happening, especially since, with Pluto in a major area like their first house, like in my case, or near their sun. So pay attention to that, Cap. Being closed and restricted to opportunities is our greatest factor in lack of success. So, in other words, we should probably be more open to opportunities that exist around us. And I know it's easy to not deal with those types of opportunities that exist around us that way. I want to take a moment, though, to look at what that moon opposite Venus, how that might portray or come out. Give me 1 second. I got a book that really goes into these a little bit more. So I just want to make sure I got this. Wait, it's in. Where's the little thing that tells me? I hate this book. Why can't I just look up moon opposite Venus? This is why computers. And this is what I get for using old books from many years gone by. Okay, hold on. Let me see here. This is not telling me what I need. It's upsetting because it's taking forever. I need to put these all in the computer so I can get to them easy. Moon opposite of simple. Overeat, overdrink, overspend. It's a happy time, but overdoing it. Moon opposite Venus. You want to be with others and you're observant. You can learn and grow through your interactions, even negative ones. So that's for any type of growth or whatever. But that moon opposite Venus is, yeah. Here's another one. You want to be emotionally in touch with others today, as far as relationships. And you don't much care whether the contact is positive or negative. It's likely to be pleasant, but in either case, you'll have the opportunity to learn about yourself. And I have a feeling that is why I made this video in the middle of the darn night. That need, that urge to reach out and communicate to others when that mood is, between my 10th and 4th house like that. The moon is in my 4th and Venus is in my 10th. And I had to make this video. And with that, I'm going to wave my magic amethyst and bid everyone adieu. Oh, I didn't say 2 things. True North Node is at 27 degrees of Cancer. And Chiron is at 27 degrees of Pisces. And don't forget that that node is square Uranus in Aries. So if you've got that North Node prominent in your chart, like 27 degrees or 28 degrees of Cancer or Aries, you're going to be feeling that Uranus square that North Node today. And the North Node is retrograding. So it's going more away from that and more toward, it's separating. Thank goodness it's separating. It shouldn't be too bad. All right. But that Chiron square the sun today might be bad, because Chiron is square the sun today. That's Pisces Chiron and Sun Sag. They are not filling each other at all. So be aware of that. That's more of that Sag Pisces clash, which I mentioned before, causes versus, philosophy. Don't get into that with that Mercury issue with Sag and Pisces. Okay. Anyway, waving my magic amethyst. I got to go call my loved ones and end this reading. And I'm hoping everyone has a wonderful day. And Lord and energy and universe, please give me the strength to get my 12 readings done for the month of January. I've been really procrastinating. And now I know that the moon is opposed Venus. I know why I couldn't get it done today. It's just, I'm lucky I made this video. Anyway, I'm going to call it a night. It's been such a pleasure. This has been Adrienne Igo, Capricorntigress of Astrology, a look inside. And please take a moment to stop by and visit us at astrologyalookinside.com and subscribe to our channel here on YouTube and on our website. Much love and light to everyone. And Merry Christmas. Bye.